AITA for kicking my daughter out for telling my mom all the details about why my relationship really ended. My 50F daughter, 19F, did not even wait a week post my boyfriend, 55M, moving out to run to my mother and spill all the dirty laundry. I do not know if it is for some sort of desire to involve my elderly mother, 71F, in my personal drama, or for revenge on me. Her own father, 51M, blindsided me with a divorce 6 years ago due to stresses caused by him being a long-haul truck driver and stresses from raising 5 kids, now 19F, 16F, 14M, 8F, 7M, together. He was a gambling addict whose behavior got him fired for flying into rages with his manager, oversleeping, arriving late. His gambling left us penniless. My mom and my daughter saw how much that divorce tore me apart. Yet they seemed to resent me for dating after the divorce and always made me feel they expected me to fail. After working in catering, I wanted to start my own company and became very interested in business. Therefore I was happy when I met my now ex-boyfriend who claimed to share those interests and said he was a successful investor who had also gone to law school. I was hurt to hear my family tell me he was too good to be true when he was taking me out to great restaurants and buying me luxury gifts. They first believed he was married, then they said they did not believe that at his age, having never been married and childless, that he was okay with stepkids. It made me not want to talk to them about him. He later moved into my apartment, claiming to want to buy a house with me, and we started having problems. He lied about going to law school. However, he did not misrepresent the fact he's never been married, or had any kids. He had worked in business, but he admitted that it was as an assistant at an investment company, not as an investor. He later insisted he helped me get set up with web designers, marketing, and flipped out when I found out the checks I wrote that drained my savings were going to businesses in his name. He'd pick fights with me that ended in him screaming. He'd argue with the kids, which was my last straw. I ended up breaking up with him and kicking him out, and I'm hoping he'll stay away. I tried to set the tone by telling family/friends it was just us not being a good match, that I respect him and he's a good successful guy. But my daughter goes and tells my mom all the humiliating details when I begged her not to tell anybody about the details of this relationship. My mom then says she's glad this part of my life is over and that she tried to warn me. I told you so. I'm furious that my daughter, who's a student working part-time that I let still live with me as an adult out of love, decided to betray me like that, humiliating me. I told her to leave. She gets furious and says that she was entitled to say that and more because she caught him looking at her work documents that had her financial information on it, and he lived in her home too. AITA. I don't want to kick her out permanently but need to be away from her for a while and want her to apologize for bringing on the "I told you so" and kicking me at my lowest. Call the cops and report the fraud where he funneled your money into his accounts using those face businesses. AITA. You're 50, how the fuck are you this naive? Rich dude that needs to move with you and your 5 children. You gave him money without seeing a document or consulting a lawyer. WFD? You have 5 children, you're put them in danger by moving a stranger and risking their safety, both physical and financial. You gave him your children's personal information he can use to commit credit card fraud and get them into debt. AITA. Low-key a little old to believe a guy who has money needs to move in with you. You are most definitely TA. You got scammed by a con artist who made you his mark. Your mother and daughter could see him for what he was and both tried to warn you about him, but you didn't listen. You forced your 5 children to live with this lying, greedy creep who, not satisfied with just conning you, also sought to commit fraud against at least one of your children, your 19-year-old daughter. Your daughter did nothing wrong in telling her grandmother what happened. In doing she's protecting herself and you ungrateful, awful woman. Your daughter has already noticed you pick losers, like her daddy, and now this grifter, who you foolishly obliged. Hopefully she'll learn from your mistakes and not make them like you did. It makes zero sense to kick your daughter out because she's telling her grandmother, who I'm assuming is not a grifter and who loves the both of you, the truth about what happened, which just so happens to be the truth about her own life, which she is of course, entitled to divulge to whoever she wants. The worst your mom can do is say, "I told you so," and in response to that uncomfortable nudge to your ego, you kick your daughter out of her home for that. Why did you even reproduce in the first place? So you could lord your power over your creations and make them homeless if they dare to displease you once they get above 18 years of age. These are not the actions of a loving mother. They're the actions of a petty, vindictive, dishonest asshole. Your actions toward your daughter are despicable. If you were a good person, you would sincerely apologize to her and make sure you provide a safe home for all your 5 kids for as long as you are physically alive. If you could pull your head out of your ass and stop manufacturing more drama and conflict with the only people in the world with any chance of truly caring about you, and not just using you, like the awful men you've been picking, you'd realize your mother and daughter are the 2 people in the entire world who are most likely to be able to help you figure out how to protect yourself from the grifter who scammed you. There is likely a lot of information on you and other family members that he was able to get a hold of, that you are allowing to slip through your awareness because you're so focused on being angry at the wrong people. Make up with your daughter and mother, sincerely apologize, and see what you can all do together to report that asshole to the proper authorities. And protect your accounts, credit cards, bank accounts, etc. You know what you have, and now he does, too. So work on fixing that. ASAP. Stop dating. Just stop. You can't pick them. Your picker is irretrievably broken. Stop getting involved romantically or financially with men. Or women. Just stop. Try to fix what's broken in your family and finances. There's plenty of work to be done there.